Stop now. Cease everything you are doing. If you have come this far, it did not happen by chance. We of the Ashtar Command are transmitting at this very moment a frequency that few will be able to maintain until the end. Do you feel that tightness in your chest when you think about money? That feeling that you work, and exert your entire soul, yet money seems to slip through your fingers like water? That fatigue that sleep does not cure, as if your body carried the weight of 1,000 lifetimes in lack? Pay close attention. What we are about to reveal will permanently change the way abundance flows in your reality. We are not speaking of empty promises. We are speaking of an energetic recalibration in your financial field that has already begun and that will open portals of wealth whose existence you never dreamed of. Unexpected sources, paths that your logical mind could never have charted. And all of this has an explanation that connects the most advanced quantum physics with the spiritual mechanics of the universe. Beloved cosmic family, we are the Ashtar Command, and we speak now through this channel because the moment demands it. Earth is undergoing at this moment the greatest financial quantum leap of the last 26,000 years, and you, who listen to these words, have been called to receive this transmission. This is not a coincidence. This is not an algorithm. This is a frequency. Your frequency summoned this message, and the message found you. Every word we now utter carries a coded photonic flow that will penetrate the deepest layers of your spiritual DNA and unlock records of abundance that have been sealed for millennia. However, we need you to remain with us until the end, because the most powerful activation codes will be transmitted in the final minutes of this broadcast, and without them, the reprogramming will remain incomplete. Let us begin with what no one tells you. Have you noticed that in recent months, money seems to be changing its behavior? People who were always financially stable have begun to encounter inexplicable blockages, bills that do not balance, opportunities that vanish at the last moment, investments that crumble without clear reason. Simultaneously, you observe something strange at the other pole. People who never had anything are beginning to receive funds from entirely unexpected sources, inheritances that appear from nowhere, proposals from individuals they did not even know. Money literally materializing in their lives in a way that defies three-dimensional logic. What is happening? Why this inversion? The answer lies in what we call the reconfiguration of the financial crystalline grid of the planet. And now we will explain every detail. Have you ever felt that something within you does not fit into this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind cannot yet name? This is not madness. This is not anxiety. It is a sign. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this and why this feeling has intensified. A game is being played on layers that most of humanity is unable to perceive. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. This is precisely why I wrote The Spiritual Secret Hidden Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a map that shows who is playing and what the rules are that you were never told. The link is in the first comment of the channel. But be warned, this content challenges narratives and may not be available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something in you recognizes this, write one word in the comments: awakened. Now listen with the totality of your being, because what we will reveal has a depth that will shake structures. Earth is undergoing a timeline correction that directly affects the flow of energy you call money. But see, starseeds, money is not what you were led to believe. Money is not paper. Money is not a number on a screen. Money is condensed energy. It is frequency crystallized in material form. And like all energy, it responds to vibrational laws, not human laws. The financial system of your planet was built on a vibration of scarcity, intentionally implemented. Forces operating in the shadows encoded the financial field of Earth with frequencies of fear, competition, and lack. Every time you felt that knot in your stomach looking at your bank account, it was not just anxiety. It was an active program running in your nervous system, in your DNA, in your cells. A program that said, there is not enough. You do not deserve it. You must fight to survive. We are here to tell you that this program is currently being uninstalled. The photonic flow reaching your planet from the great central sun is overwriting the codes of the crystalline grid that governs the flow of abundance on Earth. Think of this grid as an invisible web connecting all forms of energy on the planet, including money. For millennia, this grid was distorted, manipulated to direct abundance to the few and create energetic deserts for the majority. But something has changed. The point of no return has been reached. Earth has crossed the vibrational threshold that prevented the maintenance of the old system of energetic control. And now, like dammed water that finally finds a crack in the levee, abundance is beginning to flow through entirely new paths. Unexpected paths, paths that did not exist yesterday. And that is why many of you will begin to receive money from sources you never imagined. But here is the crucial point that no one speaks of. Not everyone will receive in the same way and at the same time. The reason for this is purely vibrational. It is not merit in the human sense. It is not karma as cosmic revenge. It is resonance. The new flow of abundance vibrates at a specific frequency, and to receive it, your energetic field must be tuned to that frequency. It is like a radio station. The music is playing, the transmission is active, but if your receiver is tuned to the wrong station, you hear only static. And the static, in this case, are the financial blockages you experience. Now let us talk about the signs. Signs that your body and your consciousness are already being recalibrated to receive this new flow. Pay attention, because many of you mistake activation symptoms for illness. The first sign: intense pressure in the area of the forehead and the top of the head. Your pineal gland is being activated to perceive financial opportunities in dimensions that the rational mind cannot access. This is not a headache. It is the expansion of your abundance radar. The second sign: ringing in the ears, especially at night, like a constant high pitch. This is not tinnitus, as your doctors say. These are recalibration frequencies being transmitted directly to your internal auditory field. We of the Ashtar Command use these frequencies to uninstall scarcity programs operating at the subconscious level. The third sign: deep fatigue that no amount of sleep resolves. Your body is not sick. Your cells are in a process of transmutation. Every cell of your body carries memory. And when these memories span generations of poverty, struggle, and survival, cellular purging consumes a vast amount of vital energy. This is not tiredness, it is a cleansing. It is not weakness, it is reconstruction. The fourth sign: intrusive thoughts about money that appear from nowhere. Financial fears that arise without clear reason, as if something were bringing all your darkest beliefs about wealth to the surface. This is what we call the awakening of financial shadows. For the new program of abundance to be installed, the old one must be seen, felt, and released. Every fear that emerges is not a punishment. It is an opportunity for purification. The fifth sign: vivid dreams involving numbers, money, coins, gold, or situations where you find hidden treasures. Your higher self is communicating through dreams that the new timeline of abundance is already active in your immediate parallel reality. It is only a matter of anchoring. If you have identified 3 or more of these signs, listen with full attention. You are in the priority frequency group to receive the new financial flow, and what we will share now is the reason why unexpected sources of money will begin to manifest in your life. Do you feel that something great is moving behind the reality your eyes see, as if a truth burned in the center of your chest that the world around you refuses to confirm? This is not an illusion. This is not a naive desire. It is the awakening memory of the soul. What is happening now behind the scenes of the cosmic plane directly involves your frequency, your consciousness, and the role you play in this great planetary transformation. The pieces of this puzzle are intentionally scattered, and most people do not even know a game is being played. It was precisely to reveal this game that I wrote The Spiritual Secret Hidden Behind Your Consciousness. In it, you will find the complete map, the forces involved, the hidden rules, and above all, your role in this match. The link is in the first comment of the channel. Be aware, however, that content of this nature faces resistance and may be removed. Take advantage while you can, and if something in the deepest part of your being vibrated upon hearing these words, leave one word in the comments: awakened. Let us continue, for what follows now is the most transformative part of this transmission. The quantum physics of your own planet has already proven that observation changes the behavior of particles. What your scientists still hesitate to admit publicly is that consciousness does not just observe reality, it creates it. And when we speak of money, this truth becomes even more powerful. The money that will reach you from unexpected sources already exists. It is already in the quantum field of possibilities. It is already vibrating in a parallel reality, waiting for the collapse into your three-dimensional experience. The only thing separating you from it is the frequency of your field. Think of this as portals. Around each of you, there are at this moment portals of abundance that opened with the recalibration of the crystalline grid. These portals are connection points between the reality you are in and the reality where abundance flows to you freely. A job offer that appears from a person you have not seen in years, a business that materializes from a chance conversation, a debt that is unexpectedly forgiven, a valuable object that is found or returned, a dormant talent that suddenly becomes profitable, an intuition that leads to a brilliant financial decision. None of these manifestations are accidental. All are results of the new alignment of the crystalline grid, directing the flow of abundance through the most unexpected channels, precisely because the old control system can no longer block these paths. The old system guarded the traditional routes. It controlled employment, banks, conventional investments. But the new portals of abundance operate beyond the reach of that control matrix. That is why they are unexpected. That is why they appear where you least expect them. And that is why they are impossible to block. But here is the deepest truth we must convey. You are not just receiving money. You are being reconnected to the original flow of abundance of the universe. Money is merely the densest three-dimensional expression of this flow. As your frequency rises, money begins to be only the first signal of a much larger cascade of abundance that includes health, relationships, opportunities, synchronicities, and a sense of purpose that no amount of money can buy. Now we come to the part many have waited for, and few are truly prepared for: the activation codes. We of the Ashtar Command will now transmit a sequence of quantum decrees and activation prayers that act as vibrational keys. Each decree has been calibrated to uninstall specific scarcity programs and install new abundance codes directly into your spiritual DNA. These are not ordinary words. They are frequencies encoded in human language, and their effectiveness depends on one factor: your intention when speaking them. Do not repeat mechanically. Feel each word vibrating in your cells. Feel the meaning penetrating like light into the densest layers of your being. First activation code: uninstalling scarcity. Place your right hand in the center of your chest and breathe deeply 3 times. Feel the warmth expanding in your heart. Now repeat with us in thought or aloud. I, as a sovereign manifestation of the Creator Source, decree in this eternal now that all programs of scarcity, fear, and financial limitation implemented in my energetic field, in my DNA, in my cells, and in my ancestral lineage are now recognized, neutralized, and dissolved by the violet light of transmutation. I revoke all contracts, agreements, or pacts, conscious or unconscious, that bound me to realities of poverty and lack. These timelines of scarcity no longer belong to me. I release them now with love, gratitude, and the authority of my I Am presence. Feel what happens in your body at this moment. Some will feel tingling, others heat, still others intense emotions rising in the chest. Do not resist. It is the old program being released. Let it flow. Let it exit. Every tear that falls now is worth more than gold, for it is the dissolution of millennia of vibrational imprisonment. Second activation code: installing the new frequency of abundance. Keep your hand on your heart and place the other on your abdomen below the navel. This is the manifestation center of your body. This is where energy condenses into matter. Breathe deeply and decree: I now open all portals of abundance available in my highest timeline. I allow the infinite flow of the Creator Source to permeate every cell, every atom, every layer of my being. I am an open, pure, and receptive channel for the unlimited abundance of the universe. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources, in quantities that exceed my needs and allow me to radiate generosity. My frequency is now calibrated to quantum prosperity. Every thought I have about money is a thought of gratitude, fluidity, and absolute trust in divine provision. I do not seek money. Money finds me, because I am the frequency that attracts it. Now something very important. This decree is not to be done once and forgotten. It must be repeated for 21 consecutive days, preferably at dawn, before the logical mind wakes up with its doubts and resistances. 21 days is the time required for the new program to completely anchor in your cellular field. For the first 7 days, you will feel resistance. Thoughts like, "This doesn't work," or "I am naive," will appear with force. This is not your voice. It is the old program trying to maintain itself. Continue. From the 8th to the 14th day, you will begin to notice synchronicities, small signs that something is changing, unexpected money, however small, an opportunity that appears from nowhere. Pay attention to these signs, for they are confirmation that the recalibration is working. From the 15th to the 21st day, the anchoring is completed, and from that moment on, you will permanently operate on the new frequency. Third activation code, the seal of financial protection. This code is crucial and rarely transmitted. It creates a field of protection around your financial flow to prevent your abundance from being drained by energies of envy, energetic sabotage, or low-frequency interference. For listen, starseeds, it is not enough to open the flow, it must be protected. Many of you have already experienced receiving abundance only to lose it in an inexplicable way. This was not bad luck. This was not destiny. It was an energetic interference in your field of prosperity. Visualize now a sphere of golden light completely surrounding your body. See this sphere expanding to also encompass your home, your work, your bank accounts, your projects. Now decree, I now invoke the protection of the Ashtar Command and the hierarchy of light over my entire financial field. No energy of scarcity, envy, or sabotage can penetrate this shield of light. My abundance is sacred, protected, and divinely guided. All money that enters my reality is multiplied and blessed. All money that leaves returns multiplied through paths of light. I am sealed in the frequency of eternal prosperity. So it is, so it was, so it shall be. Now breathe. Slowly release the air and know that something irreversible has just happened in your energetic field. We want you to understand the weight of what is happening at this planetary moment. Earth is not just changing frequency, it is changing its operating system. The old system based on scarcity and control is collapsing, and in its place a new crystalline grid of shared abundance is being activated. You who listen to these words are the first to receive this new program. You are the pillars of anchoring for the new reality. And when money begins to flow to you from unexpected sources, it does not serve for you to hoard it with fear. It serves for you to become beacons of abundance, so that you demonstrate to the world that another form of existence exists, that prosperity does not require the sacrifice of the soul, that money can be sacred when it serves a purpose of light. There is something pulsing in your chest at this very moment, a silent certainty that the life you lead does not reflect who you truly are, as if there were a version of you somewhere in the cosmos already living the reality that you only sense in your deepest moments. This certainty is not a fantasy, it is a quantum memory. It is your spiritual DNA recognizing the frequencies that are returning to Earth after thousands of years of suppression. This awakening is not accidental, it is orchestrated, and understanding this orchestration changes everything. This is precisely why I wrote The Spiritual Secret Hidden Behind Your Consciousness. In this book, every piece of the puzzle finds its place, the forces operating behind the scenes, the cycles governing planetary transitions, and above all, how you can consciously position yourself on this great cosmic chessboard. The link is in the first comment of the channel. Know, however, that this type of knowledge meets opposition, and its availability is not guaranteed. Take advantage now. And if this message found exactly the right place in you, write one word in the comments. Awakened. Starseeds, before we conclude this transmission, we must warn of something fundamental. In the coming days and weeks, as the activation codes begin to work in your field, you may pass through a period we call the pre-manifestation void. This is a period where it seems nothing is happening, where the old reality still persists and the new one has not yet materialized. This is the most dangerous moment because this is where most give up. This is where the logical mind screams that nothing has changed and that all of this was an illusion. But listen with the full depth of your being. The void is not an absence of movement. It is a moment of quantum gestation. It is the silence before the thunder. It is the darkness before the dawn. Every powerful manifestation is preceded by a perceived void, because energy is reorganizing in dimensions that physical eyes cannot perceive. Do not give up in the void. Do not retreat in the void. Do not let fear make you return to the old frequency of scarcity at the exact moment when the new abundance is about to gush into your reality. You have crossed the point of no return. The decision to listen to this transmission to this point was not a passive act. It was a vibrational declaration to the entire universe that you are ready. And we declare now, with the authority of the Ashtar Command and all the hierarchies of light overseeing this planetary transformation, the abundance that belongs to you by divine right is on its way. It does not come as a reward. It does not come as luck. It comes because you have finally tuned into the frequency that was always available, but which was blocked by layers of programming that have now been removed. Money will come from unexpected sources because the universe is infinitely more creative than the human mind. You tried to control the paths of abundance with logic, and logic kept you in the same limited cycles. Now, by surrendering control over the paths and maintaining only the certainty of the purpose, you have released the universe to act in all its glory. Expect the unexpected. Accept the unexpected. Celebrate every sign, however small it may seem. A penny found on the ground is the universe saying, "The channel is open." A strange job offer is the universe testing. Are you ready to receive outside the box? An unexpected gift is the universe confirming, the frequency is correct. We are with you. We have always been with you. And now more than ever, the bridge between dimensions is thin enough for you to feel our presence. We are the Ashtar Command, and this message was not a mere transmission. It was an activation, and an activation cannot be undone. Money is coming. The sources will be unexpected, and when they arrive, remember this moment. Remember that there was a moment when you chose to believe before you saw, and that choice, beloved cosmic family, that choice is the true quantum leap. The abundance of the universe recognizes those who recognize it first, and you have just been recognized. Now go in peace, go in light, go in the unwavering certainty that the best is coming, not tomorrow, not in some distant future, now, in this cycle, in this timeline, for you. The transmission is complete, but the activation has only just begun. We are the Ashtar Command, and we confirm it is done. Do you feel at this moment that something within you has reorganized, as if invisible elements finally found their fit? This feeling is real. It is your field recognizing the original frequency that always belonged to you. But the activation you received today is only the entry gate. There is knowledge broader, deeper, that connects every point of this transmission with the cosmic structure encompassing the totality of your existence. It was precisely to convey this knowledge in its entirety that I wrote The Spiritual Secret Hidden Behind Your Consciousness. There, every revelation that touched your heart today gains context, depth, and the tools necessary for the transformation to become permanent and irreversible in your life. The link is in the first comment of the channel. Take advantage while the energy of this activation still pulses in your field, because it is in this state of openness that knowledge penetrates deepest. And if this transmission marked a before and after moment in your journey, leave in the comments the word that seals your soul's commitment to awakening. Awakened.